a bitter old man for the rest of my life.
I'll be your crying shoulder. You know that song?
Yeah. Does the shoulder cry? Does he got like a little face on his shoulder that also cries?
I feel like it'd be like in the nook, like where your collarbone is, right? Like just put like the eyes right there. And then even the collarbone could be like the smiley face, but it's crying.
Yeah. That'd be a good horror movie. The Crying Shoulder.
And it's a sentient shoulder.
Evil. This is evil here.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so is there like a good evil shoulder?
No.
No, it's just an evil shoulder.
Yeah. I don't want to go with that trope, you know, good and evil on the just one crying shoulder, a little evil demon.
Does it like feed off of tears and it's like when you're crying on it?
Oh shit, we're doing a show.
We here.
Wish there.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. And that nightmare fuel of a thumbnail that you are presented with today is courtesy, just like all these thumbnails, of Brandon Perna. I did not expect to see that when I logged on. But you know what? I think that if a sentient, evil, crying shoulder and a close-up view of thumbnail doesn't personify the offseason, then I don't know what does.
When we look back and go, why did this episode perform so magnificently? We're going to say that thumbnail, more Brandon in the thumbnail.
You got a lot of hope that that's going to be the outcome? Because I don't know if I have.
It's what America wants. It's what the world needs.
Perna does all the thumbnails. And shout out to Perna for doing all the thumbnails.
Speaking of nails, look at this. Look at this guy.
Oh, you dropped something on it? Get caught in a door?
Door.
The door's the worst.
Dude, this shit hurts so bad. And I did it. I was like, Carmi was coming out of the garage and it happened. And I wanted to scream fuck so bad. But since my 4-year-old was there, I just screamed.
How'd that go? Nice kitties go meow. We'll talk.
It hurt. It hurt for a little finger.
Was it the front door? Is it like the storm door?
The garage door. It's spring loaded. Yeah. Ooh. And I think I put my hand in to like stop it. And I was too close and it just, I don't know. But,
ow.
I've been playing hurt, guys. So.
Yeah.
It happened the day before Father's Day. And I had to take ibuprofen that night because I couldn't go to sleep because my finger was throbbing.
Listen, you're like me. Like we never take pain meds. You're like, yeah, you got it.
I was like, this is really hurting. So anyway, that's what I've been battling. Today, we are going to go through our boom. And I made a video about basically make or break players for the NFC. Nothing to talk about today, so I'm going to tell Tom which player I picked for every NFC team.
What do you mean? I watched your video.
Agrees or disagrees. Just so everybody knows, we are going to do that today.
What are you talking about? You don't have to tell me. I watched the video.
Yeah, right.
I didn't. I wasn't at Monday Night Raw, so maybe Macaulay Culkin was. I don't know. I was not. I mean, it was in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which if I was in Wisconsin, I would have most likely gotten, but I'm not there yet. End of July. So
we've got a Culkin joke in Friday's video. So stay tuned.
There you go. There you go. Well, there you go.
Stay tuned.
First of all, let's talk about some recent news. The Florida Panthers, back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. And oh boy, last night, they whooped the Oilers. Whooped them. I know it was two, I watched the whole game with Maya. It was two open net goals, but holy crap, man. They looked really, really good last night. So back-to-back champs. Yeah. What was it? Evander Kane. Maya was not happy about this. Ice Kitties definitely went mad. He's not happy. So Evander Kane like hit somebody. He got I think like 10 minutes. He like hit somebody with their stick twice, and then he didn't come out for the handshake like at the end. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. So like the announcer's like, I wonder if he's going to come out at the end, and he didn't. And Maya's like, I don't even know why the commentators would say that. And Maya was like, that's a bunch of BS. She loves hockey, so she was very upset about this that he did not come out. And I was like, Tom Brady's done that, where he's just like not come out, like not done the handshake. It's
Tom Brady has absolutely been a little whiny baby bitch after losing.
Mm-hmm.
He has been. Oh, I lost. Now I'm leaving the field and talking to nobody because I'm not a good sport. I'm everything that's wrong with football. That was what he said, not me. But
you didn't say that.
Isn't he a notoriously sort of dirty player? Isn't Kane?
I will be honest with you. I don't have that background, so I don't know.
I can't remember.
The only Kane I know became a mayor somewhere.
From this is what I find crazy.
Dude, that is a.
I remember Corey Perry from when the Avalanche defeated, his team, and to lose your 5th Stanley Cup final in the past 6 years.
That's tough.
He has outdone the Buffalo Bills, man. He is the 90s Buffalo Bills of a single player, and that is unfortunate. So that's rough, man.
That's tough. That's tough.
Time. This is the time. This is the one. Would you rather not go to the Stanley Cup finals at all, or would you rather lose 5 of 6?
You know what? That's a great question. Like, even in football terms, would you rather go to 5? Imagine going to 5 Super Bowls
and losing them
and
all?
you haven't won a single one. I feel like at least you got to play in like the biggest game in your sport, right? Like there's something to hang your hat on. But if that doesn't knot you, I don't know what does, man. Like that's got to be freaking tough. Especially last year. Like this one was out in 6 and they were very close games. 3 out of the 6 went into overtime for this series. But last year, the way the Oilers were able to battle back and like force a game 7, yeah, man, that's pretty tough. That's not good.
Yeah. Sorry, Bills fans. Sorry, Bills fans. But it's I needed a comp.
Well, Neo, Evander Kane offered $2 million to a woman to get an abortion, then blew the money on gambling before paying her. Not kidding. Oh, okay. So did not know that. That's a new fact that I had. All right. So even not showing up for the handshake or hitting a guy with a stick is not the worst thing that he's done. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, that's a lot of money, but this I feel like is the least celebrated championship I have witnessed.
Okay, that's what was my next question.
He won in 07.
So he won. Oh, in that case, that sucks, but it's not the worst thing. If he had never won, then I go, okay, that's pretty brutal. So I'm sorry, you're saying that's the least celebrated?
Yeah. So like Jess and I we were out last night on a date night.
Yeah, where would you go? I saw Carmi was picking out outfits.
Andrea Bocelli.
Oh,
very fancy. Very fancy. Yeah, okay. Jess loves him. It was her Christmas present, or one of them. And so we went to the concert last night.
Where was the concert?
Ball Arena.
Okay.
Formerly Pepsi Center.
How was it?
Formerly or currently a living hellscape to try and drive into and park. But other than that, the concert was.
Did you bring the truck? Is that why parking was a problem? Or
no? No. There's a shit show down there. A disaster getting into Ball Arena.
But how was the concert?
Concert was solid. I know like two of the songs. If you don't know Andrea Bocelli, basically the ending of Step Brothers.
Yeah. Oh.
When Will Ferrell. And John C. Reilly. That's his most famous song.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. So we went to that, and then afterwards I was like, oh, let me check, Twitter. And then I was like, the hockey game, was that I was like, I thought that was game 6?
6. Yep.
I was like, I thought it was like if the Panthers win, they win. I couldn't remember the series score.
That's true. Yes.
And I like checked Twitter and I didn't see anything. I was like, oh, must have not been.
Yeah, no, it was.
And then I went on to Bleacher Report. Wasn't even the first score update on Bleacher Report. I scrolled over to it, clicked on it,
Wine mixer,
and then I was like, oh, they did win. They did win.
Sure.
They are champions. I was like, I had to actively seek out to discover if they are champions. And that doesn't happen on Twitter with sports news for me because I follow so many accounts. It's like if it's a championship win, it's the first fucking thing I see up there. And I did not see it for the Panthers. And I think that kind of sucks if you're a diehard Panthers fan.
Right now, if you just go on ESPN, it's the ultimate NFL team ranking the top 10 most unbreakable records in college football. Caitlin Clark, Giannis news. I'm scrolling. Oh, there we go. I had to scroll down, but it was there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Dear God.
Yeah. No, I feel like there's a few. Maybe because it wasn't a game 7, maybe because hockey is not the most promoted thing. I know it was on TNT. I don't know, man. Like we got some damn good hockey, and this series was really close the 3 overtime games were great. So I don't know. It was really good. I obviously as someone who's like just getting into hockey and I'm loving the playoffs more and more, man. Like it's just such a fun sport. And like also because there's not that vested interest besides go Kraken, just like enjoying the sport in of itself. Like sure. I was talking to Maya about this last night. I am so impressed with the athleticism of hockey players, right? Because it's not even dude, like there's like strength and conditioning and cardio and stuff, but like the element of like skating with that too. And like having to finesse that, dude, it's a wild sport. So,
although you could argue skating's easier than running. You push on a skate, you glide. You can do 2 pushes and go across the entire ice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ice skating, I call that lazy man running. Tom,
do you
lazy man running?
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you ice skate?
Yep.
That didn't seem like a lot of confidence whatsoever.
Been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. I always, when I skate, like my ankles always like buck in, right? Like,
that's not good.
It is not. I can skate. It's not good. It's not the proper way. It's probably destroying my ankles, but I can do it.
Dude, you got to thicken those ankles.
That's right. You got to do more ankle workouts.
Calves are the hardest area to gain mass.
Those ankles.
Millhouse.
So, congrats to the Panthers. They done did it. It was some good hockey, and now we don't get hockey for a bit. So that's the issue.
Yes. Yes.
Has destroyed your ankles, right? Like I don't know. Right? I'm just saying, hockey's awesome. You should watch more of it. I think TNT did a nice job. I think the presentation of it was better than what I saw last year. So
nice.
I was a fan. It was good. Boom, JJ McCarthy.
You know what I love about Garrett from Football Analysis? Is he'll tell me things to talk shit to you about.
That's fair.
I'll just be like, why don't you make fun of Tom for this with the Vikings?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like your style, Garrett.
It's never like comparing legacy or like success, right? Because it can't be.
He's like, why don't you rub this in Tom's face about the Vikings, Brandon, on GPS? And I always forget, Garrett. I always forget.
Ammunition.
I always forget.
That's pretty crazy capable. Yeah, torn hip and a hernia. Dude.
Whoa, no.
Hockey players, they're a different breed, man.
You tear your hip and you get a hernia at the same time? That sounds brutal.
Hey, yeah, I don't know. Unless you start giving them... Do you think that you can nail a few threes while on ice skates?
Oh, yes.
But you're also
the greatest ice skate 3 shooter on earth.
You didn't let me finish. You're on a basketball court. You're not in an ice rink with ice skates.
Oh, that's even harder. That's harder.
Yeah. So game 6 of NBA Finals is tomorrow night. I know Halliburton's dealing with an injury. We'll see if that's going to end in 6 as well. Yeah. Listen, Pacers got to show the hell up tomorrow night if they want to keep this thing alive and force a game 7. It's not looking the prettiest, though.
Yeah.
Not looking OKC.
My basketball confidence has actually diminished, if I'm being honest. I lost a game of horse to my 13-year-old neighbor, so I was pretty confident. He wanted to play one-on-one. We were up at the park, like Carm's. She's friends with his little sister, so we're playing. We're shooting around, and I was like, "No, man, I just ate. I'm 40. I'm not playing one-on-one." And then a little later, I was like, "I'll play some horse. I'll play some horse."
I just ate.
Yeah,
I'm 40. Oh man,
I was full. I ate a lot. I'm not gonna play one-on-one with a kid who actively practices basketball. And then, of course, like his first shot was some like fucking like under the leg layup thing. I'm like, no more of that shit. We're just shooting shots.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
And I still lost. I'm coming for you, AJ. I'm gonna perfect. It was an off day for shooting for me.
Does he know your profession? Like, does he know that you?
I don't know.
Oh man, if he did, I feel like that would be the biggest humble brag of just like, man, you know, this YouTuber, he's got like over 750,000 subs. So did you get like smoked? Like, was it not close?
No, I actually had the lead for a minute there, and then he came back.
Voices, happy belated birthday. Hope it was great. Hope you had a great birthday. All right, so.
But I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to dial back my trash talking of being able to beat Scooter at basketball.
Yeah, no, I didn't think you were going to, regardless, because like Scooter is.
I just lost to an 8th grader.
Scooter is good at basketball.
No, so. I know Scooter would school me.
Yeah, Scooter would destroy us.
Basketball is my worst sport. I've just gotten better at shooting recently. But anyway,
how are you at ping pong?
I've never been good at ping pong. I'm good. I was a foosball kid. I grew up in a foosball era. Okay. I was hustling the old foosball bars to make money to eat back in the day.
That's pretty crazy, Beast. Dude, yeah, it was a hell of a run. So that was dude, congrats to the Ice Kitties. They went meow once more. Now the Chiefs are just like, oh, well, anyone can win it 2 times in a row, but can you do it 3? Will the 3-peat happen?
Okay, maybe he's 14, Lorenzo. I don't know how old middle schoolers are.
Maybe he's 15. They need to get drop kicked. That's
14.
All that
maybe he's 14.
Listen, hi, hey, what's going on? Anyway, besides that, there's been very little news. I saw a kicker has been signed by the Jets.
The kicker.
Yes, I don't know his name. I just saw that. Was he from the UFL?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, gotcha. New Adult Swim that's going to have a fictionalized version of Jerry Jones. I did not know that was a thing. I think Perna should have been the one to voice it, though.
If they steal my Jerry voice, I am suing. Harrison
Mavis. Okay, there you go. Yeah, because they just released Anders Carlson, the former Packers kicker, then went to the 49ers, and he went to the Jets. So, yes, the kicker, but maybe this is what his actual name is. So, I did not know that it was the thing, Mateo. Thank you.
Yeah. His name is Jesus Daniels. Happy birthday from Jesus Daniels. Did I say Jesus Daniels?
You might have.
That's a good nickname for Jaden Daniels. He is the savior of Washington.
Better hope.
I will elect Jesus Daniels no matter what he runs for. No matter what. Even if it's nefarious.
It's fair, Britt. That's fair. OKC, but maybe they're going to get it done in basketball.
I hope the Pacers take it to a game 7. I really do.
I hope so too. Because then I think it's Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, would be that last game.
Yeah.
All right, Perna, let's see this list. Unless you got anything else.
No, we can jump into it.
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
Oh, he would have been suspended or really? If he came out for the handshake? That didn't seem right.
Interesting.
If the game is over?
Oh, he was kicked out of the game?
Oh, dude, yeah. He hit somebody with a stick and then he like swung it. Like, it was a douchey move.
No, that's fucking tight. That's cool. I think that's actually very cool to do.
Scooters, what are my worst takes? I hope you posted ironically. It's actually Scooter trying to come to terms of like, you know what? Maybe I've been wrong. And then just doubling down and being like, no, it's not me.
It's like, let me pull out this book that's thicker than the encyclopedia, Scooter.
Yeah.
All right.
Best take.
Make or break seasons.
Oh, real quick. Sorry. There was also other breaking news.
Oh, go for it.
There was a bunny that had a baby literally right in front of the bay window over here, like, and had it in the garden. So yesterday I chopped up some vegetables and put it out there, and the baby's still okay. So there, I've never seen, like, dude, it was like newborn, like happened 5 minutes ago, but the baby bunny is doing okay. So it was weird looking. I've never seen like a baby bunny that young before. So it's that time of the year.
The baby bunnies, their meat tastes the best, Tom.
Yeah, you've had them?
Little baby bunny stew.
You've had them? You've had baby bunny stew?
Yeah.
Yeah? When's the last time you ate it?
Last summer.
Last summer? Where were you? Was it a restaurant?
At home.
Oh, you made it at home?
No, my chef did.
Oh, you have a chef?
Yep.
Who's your chef?
Thomas.
Thomas is your chef's name? Oh, what's his last name?
Coolidge.
Thomas Coolidge is your chef. Has he been a chef for a while? Does he specialize in bunny dishes?
He specializes in everything.
Oh, okay. So just a well-rounded chef.
Yeah, he cooks everything.
Wow. Does he cook for you 5 days a week, 7 days a week?
When you're in town, he's gonna not be here. So don't ask about him.
It wasn't the last time I was in town. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's on vacation. So.
Oh, how long is he on vacation for?
I don't know. What's with the interrogation?
Well, I just figured if you're using this person for the majority of your meals, like, you know,
why are you interrogating me about my very real chef who cooks me baby bunny stew?
I mean, you're the one who brought it up.
You think your skin stays this elastic if you're not eating baby bunnies?
My skin is elastic. I think my skin's more elastic than your skin.
Yeah, well, I drank last night.
So did I.
Whoa. We're both a little dehydrated, huh?
Yeah, 100%. I had to wake up at 5:45 and drive Maya to the airport. Nothing like taking an hour trip down LaGuardia in the morning.
LaGuardia. Oh, God.
If not, it's better than JFK. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, God.
I have not seen the King of the Hill trailers. I was never a big King of the Hill guy.
Bobby? Damn it,
I know it, of course, but I haven't.
I liked King of the Hill.
It's coming on back.
All right. Here we go.
We're
going to start in the NFC South. We're just going down the list. Now, my parameters
didn't work out.
For make or break, Tom, it's not there's a multitude of parameters. Okay. Could be like
it's not grounded in reality as some people.
No. It is. Okay. Maybe it's like a contract year for a guy, right? They're still on the fence on whether he's got it.
Sure.
Maybe it's a dude coming back from injury. Sure. Maybe it's just a new player on a team, a free agent acquisition, key player for that team's success.
LaGuardia is really nice now. Yeah.
Those that can't do video about former players that became front office coaches like Vrabel, Kellen Moore, Aaron Glenn.
Oh, that's a fitty. Why is it orange? It's usually red.
Nugget Jr. Those that can't do. Well, I mean, Vrabel did it really well.
I think Ryan Pohl's doing a great job. Personally.
I can't wait for the Bears to sweep you.
We'll see. Dude, Becky Lynch came out because Raw was in Green Bay. She came out in like some Bears merch. And so the Green Bay audience started chanting, "The Bears still suck." And she was like, "Well, they beat you last time." Oh, I was like, that's a heel. That's a heel. That's some heel work right there.
I respect that.
Also, shout out to the Green Bay crowd. Bears still suck. Hell yes.
Nice. I like it.
Perna raid. Who the fuck is Perna?
I think that's
I
still
can.
that's one of the greatest
I can.
internet moments. I think that was a good one.
All right. NFC South, starting with the Panthers, my selection, and I don't think you're going to disagree with this one, Tom. It was Bryce Young. Make or break season for old Brycists.
We should ask Carm. Ask Carmy. She's like, hey, Carmy.
Oh, she would not like that. She might cry, Nick. Yeah.
Maybe we should be more careful with our words, Brandon.
She doesn't watch this show.
She will. One day.
One day.
One day. She's like,
When
what the
she's
hell,
like-
Dad? You know what? I don't even know if this cracks the top 25 of things that you've said on this channel. So
Why is my dad so depressed all the time?
Yep.
Oh, he wasted his life talking about football.
Okay, Jen.
Um,
All right, so you say Bryce Young for the Panthers. So hold on. First of all, parameters. If like we're doing the NFC now, you're going to put out the AFC video today. Yeah, Bryce Young, it makes all the sense in the world, right? Because now with additional weapons, another year, there has been improvement from last year. I know you're a little bit more skeptical about that improvement, but I think like that there's some more optimism behind Bryce Young, especially from where they were, because when his only breakout game was against the Packers and Joe Barry. Now it's kind of like, all right, we're going to find out if he is the guy.
yeah, he had a strong finish to the year. I think like his final 4 games, he was very good. Completed 65.5% of his passes, 8 touchdowns, added some rushing touchdowns. And so I think like at least Panthers fans saw that he could be a capable quarterback.
Yeah.
And the bar was very low after his rookie season. Then he got benched, so shit looked terrible for him. But now there's a little optimism. But if he doesn't play well this year, it's like Carolina's just in a spot where they're gonna start looking for his replacement. So to me, he was like the easiest guy on the list, and I hope he proves everybody. I think Panthers fans are excited, but I think everybody who labeled him as a bust, I hope he proves them wrong.
Yeah.
Just as the under 6 foot quarterback club, I will always support. We need more short quarterbacks.
Do you know you don't want a 58-year-old man challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship? Why? Why was this so entertaining? Sorry, continue.
Okay.
Bust this season?
No, I'm done.
I don't know if I think that there's some things that are working against him, but I think he's in a much better situation than where he was, right? So he has opportunities. He's just got to take advantage of them. So that's it.
Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, hold on. Cordell and a Philly.
Cordell.
Panthers fan. Says Bryce Young has keep the momentum going this season. Hope is there. We're all hoping to continue cheering him on. Dan Morgan has done a fantastic job so far. Let's keep it coming. Keep pounding. Well, it's also right because you want the defense to improve too after drafting like all defense was out a couple years ago. Like you need that defense to get better. You made massive investments in your secondary. So I feel like if you could look at some of those secondary pieces of maybe like boom or bust, but Bryce Young, I think, has the most publicity behind him and is like, hey, like this is the guy that if we're going to take that next step, it's going to be because of Bryce Young.
Yeah, and they brought in they spent their first round pick on Tet McMillan. So like he's got another weapon. So Tet, Leggett needs to step up, and Thielen was pretty damn good last year. So like that's a decent group of ball catchers.
Yeah, I think so. I got you.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Good. Good. Shots. Explosive.
I hope he wins Coach of the Year. I hope Jonathan Gannon wins Coach of the Year.
I want him to just do an entire press conference and sound effects.
That'd be great.
How do you feel about that devastating loss, Coach?
If the Price is Right. I agree.
Buccaneers.
I concur.
My 2 choices. Yaya Diaby, who I'm predicting is going to have a breakout season. And in a real, what I think is a boom or bust season for the rest of basically his career is Hassan Reddick.
Yes. Yeah. I concur with Hassan Reddick more for himself, but they also need edge rushers, right? And the fact that they went wide receiver in the first round was surprising for, I think, a bit of people because it was like, oh, we need to go get edge rushers. yeah, I feel like Hassan Reddick, not even just for the Buccaneers, even though it would significantly help, but for him. Yeah. I completely agree with that.
See, I think like Diaby flew under the radar last season. He had 70 pressures, which was tied with Micah Parsons last year for QB pressures. He didn't have the elite sack numbers. So I think Diaby's in a position to get himself a giant payday if the sacks come with all those quarterback pressures. Reddick's bounced around through so many teams. Like if Tampa doesn't want him after this, it's like, okay, every team's passing on you after a season. Like, I think he needs to have a really nice year for his career. If he, and he's been in the league for a while. But
shout out Johnny Barks' birthday yesterday.
Johnny B.
Shout out.
He turned 13 based on his photo.
That's true.
Which means he could beat me at horse, I think.
Apparently.
Yeah. All right, for the New Orleans Saints. Johnny is the man. Make sure you subscribe to the GPS Clips channel. Johnny posts GPS clips there. And we love him. Okay. I picked Rashid Shaheed as my make or break play for the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's an interesting one. Okay.
He was on a nice trajectory, and then he hurt his knee last year. What the fuck were his stats? Let's see here. What was it? Torn meniscus. Because he had a great 2022. Tears his meniscus last year. I think this will not Rasheed Wallace. Come on, Google.
You got this.
If I put in Rashid stats, you better know I mean Shaheed. This will be his 4th season. So for him, this is a really important year in terms of getting a multi-year contract, making some money. He had 20 receptions last year, 3 touchdowns, 349 receiving yards. So he was tracking to match his 2023 season and probably exceeding it. And I think like it's a big year for him. So that was my answer.
I feel like they need Miller because with Alvin Kamara just getting older, right? I feel like Miller bouncing up would be nice. Someone mentioned that in the chat. I feel like Olave coming off an injured season, right? You want to see that he's definitely quarterback proof, and hopefully just substantiate himself as number 1 or wide receiver 1, I should say. Yeah, I feel like that whole team as a whole is it's veering more of I don't know, but they have to see who on their roster is going to make it to next year. I don't think that they're going to be the best team in football or very close to it. So I think that this is going to be just an evaluation year at this point.
Yeah, and I talked about Tyler Shuck in the video, but like I don't think it's fair to put on a rookie to be in a make or break year. Although I'd have a rookie later. Stay tuned. Obviously his season's going to be insanely important, and if he's terrible, the Saints are in a position to possibly replace him quickly in the next draft. But I don't think he is going to be terrible.
Ka-chow, I would say in the AFC, the Bengals might be messing around with that if they're able to get off to a quick start, right? I feel like maybe they can potentially get in there. If they kick out a team like the Steelers, maybe, but who knows? I think the Steelers have a decent chance of, winning 9-10 games. AFC West.
I think you probably, how many NFC West teams made it last year into the postseason?
It wasn't the 49er. It was
just the Rams?
Rams. Yeah, because the Seahawks missed it.
Seahawks could be in there.
Yeah. Cardinals, maybe. Raiders, I think Raiders and Patriots, I think they're going to massively improve. I don't know if they're going to be playoff teams yet. Like that's kind of where I'm at, especially the Raiders, I think, are going to have a tougher time, even though they can go through the most improvement, just having an actual run game and having, Geno Smith there and Pete Carroll. I think that I love the moves that they've made. It's just they're in a division that I think is a lot tougher than the AFC East right now, where like the Jets are the Jets, the Dolphins, we'll see what they do. The Bill, you know what I mean? So I think that the Raiders just have to go through a little bit more adversity. Commanders, Commanders are going to be in a tough division. The Giants, I think at least their defense is going to be good. So, maybe. Maybe.
All right. Next team, the lukewarm Atlanta Falcons. And this was pretty easy for me as well.
Is it Penix?
No, it's Kyle Pitts. It's Kyle freaking Pitts. Penix, I mean, he only played like in a couple games.
Hard.
He only played in a couple games. But Kyle Pitts, I feel like, has been one of the most disappointing players in terms of where he was drafted and what the expectations were over the last 3 seasons. It's year, is it year 4 for Pitts or year 5?
You know what's interesting? I mean, it's not interesting. I don't even.
He's on his 5th year option too. This season.
Yeah. So I feel like for me, my view of Kyle Pitts, this is going to sound really harsh. I don't even like put him in the equation of the Falcons having success this season because he just hasn't done anything spectacular to where he's been drafted. So like I put more on Penix because it's like, first of all, we get an actual like good look at him for an entire season, right? And that's going to, I think, be more indicative if the Falcons are going to be good or not. But Pitts, I feel like, yeah, we say it every year, Eric. I feel like with Pitts, if he has a breakout year, like amazing, that'll be really good. But if he just keeps on putting up the same numbers, gets like 600 yards and maybe like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I don't think that's what's going to make or break them. For him, maybe, like, for him to get a contract, like that'll be big, but yeah.
Are you still drunk, Johnny? Are you suggesting that you're an armpit fornicator?
Oh boy.
Are you an armpit fornicator, Mr. Marks?
We're so off the rails. The rails don't exist.
Yeah, look.
It's fair, Travis.
Kyle Pitts, these numbers, you're like, okay, those are fine. That's a very average, slightly above average tight end production.
Yeah.
But he was drafted 4th overall.
It's where he's drafted.
He was drafted 4th overall. He had that 1,000-yard season as a rookie, but only 1 touchdown to go with it. Like, if he can have 1,000 yards plus like 4, 5, 6 touchdowns, then he's in a spot where the Falcons are going to offer him a contract to bring him back, or he's going to
Cowboys
get paid by somebody else. So for him personally, huge year in terms of like
personally,
what he's gonna make for the rest of his NFL career, most likely. And yeah, like his Michael Penix is probably going to determine a lot of that for him. So
yeah, I feel like it's just like yes, I agree. For him personally, it's boom or bust. But yeah, I can't even count on him, I don't think, to make a big difference with the Falcons. I'll believe it when I see it, kind of thing.
For the Bears, I went with Cole Kmet. They draft Colston Loveland, so his replacement's already there. He's been
we did, Bear Dog. We did.
He's been a very good tight end at times, in my opinion. Better than Kyle Pitts. Better than Kyle Pitts. Cole Kmet has been.
Not saying the most, but yeah. Okay.
Now, obviously, I mentioned Caleb Williams, right? But
yeah.
I
disagree
Kmet,
with this one.
I think that's part of it. And I basically said anybody in the Bears backfield, right? So you got Swift, you got Roschon Johnson. Like with Ben Johnson, those guys, somebody has to prove they are worthy of carrying and toting the rock on a regular basis. But I think you've got these kind of like fringe players, and they have to prove their value to be, in Chicago the following season.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Kmet wouldn't be a make or break for me because, like, for the team, because if he doesn't work out, like you said, they just drafted their guy. I feel like you could look at backfield. I think that's a really good one. Offensive line, and making sure there's some stability there. I think it's obviously not like a nuanced answer, but Caleb Williams, man, like this has to be the year where it's like, hey, like you got to go and ball out. You have to, like, with the improved protection, with the weapons that you have, you have to.
I selected for the Packers all of your receivers.
Cool.
Every single one of your receivers.
You did tell me that. You told me that on Monday, I think.
Yes. Matthew Golden.
They got a pass rusher.
Got to have a big year as a rookie. I forget you have McCole Hardman.
We do have McCole Hardman.
Watson hurt. He'll be recovering all year.
He's stretching.
Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks.
Yep.
These mother lickers got to catch the football.
Correct.
All explosive. All very talented. Need consistency to help Jordan Love, because if they let him down, then Jordan Love's in a make or break year next year.
I think for individual players, Lucas Van Ness stands out hardcore because
I forgot about him.
Yeah. So he was drafted in the first round, top 15 draft pick, and his development, when he came to Green Bay, he was a very, very raw talent. But this is one of the reasons why I was so nervous about getting a guy like Shamar Stewart, because the production wasn't there, but you're drafting him because oh man, he has the athleticism that jumps off the page. And if you're able to develop that correctly, he could be a really good pass rusher. But considering the Packers pass rush was not great last season, on top of that, he's going into yet another year, he has to be that guy, or it's going to be not so great for him. They're going to have to find another replacement for him. So yeah, that's there you go. Johnny Barks agrees. Yeah, Lucas Van Ness, I feel like for an individual player, because you're not wrong, but the Packers also drafted 2 more wide receivers. So if one of those guys doesn't break out, you got more options, right? So
yeah, Johnny, but that didn't stop you from adding 3 paragraphs about Bo Melton.
Hell yeah, Bo Melton. CB1 Bo Melton. Come on now. Bailey, that's ETN, I feel like he has to be way, way up there, right? Wasn't there rumors they were trying to move him too? I feel like he's gotta be up there.
Oh, yeah, because I'm working on the AFC. Well, the AFC is going to go up today.
Yeah,
ETN is a great one, but I really do. I think it is Trevor Lawrence. He's in a very pivotal year, I think, for his entire career trajectory. For the Vikings, I went with Dallas Turner, who I think in year 2, based on where he was drafted, based on what the Vikings need him to do as an edge rusher, based on what Jared Verse has done as a rookie already, he's got to take a massive leap forward. And I also said this with the note that JJ McCarthy has a ton of pressure on him for a guy who didn't play last year.
Mm-hmm.
The expectations, I think, are pretty high for JJ McCarthy without playing. So I went with Dallas Turner.
Yeah, I feel like if Dallas Turner turns out to be that guy, they could wait a little bit, but yeah, I feel like they would help significantly. I don't know if he's the boom or bust for me, but I understand what you're saying. I pick up what you're throwing down. I feel like JJ, it's just, you got to figure it out. I think it's just going to be all eyes on him.
Yeah. JJ's going to have a lot of heat, a lot of attention.
Yeah. No, I know. Exactly. So Dallas Turner, I think it's a good pick, because I was nervous when they drafted Dallas Turner. I was like, oh crap, man. If he's good, this is going to be an issue. And especially already on a good defense, he's going to get more opportunities this year, and we'll see what he does.
Yeah. I watched a clip today of,
exactly, Tanker. That's why I'm saying it's not pivotal. The guy's 21, right? He's got our 22.
Yeah, that's what it's not their career's over if they're not great, but I think what the team needs Dallas Turner to do,
yes,
it's a huge year, because if he's good, if he can produce kind of like Verse, Minnesota's going to be insane. I think it was Taron Armstead. Did he retire? Armstead?
Say again.
Taron Armstead. I thought I retweeted the fucking thing. Let's see here.
Yeah, no, he's done.
Yeah, he was talking about Jared Verse, Armstead, and he was just like, I don't have to worry about guys like Jared Verse anymore. He was like, that rookie, not my problem. I was like, damn, that's a nice endorsement.
That's a very real statement.
Yeah.
Ooh, AR-15. The answer is Anthony Richardson. That is the answer, I think, for the Colts. But Woods is a good one, but the fact that they went out and got another tight end for him, For Woods, yes, I think it's a make or break year.
Yeah.
But I don't think necessarily for the Colts' success.
Jelani Wood, like saying Jelani Woods, that's like such an inside like Colts fandom answer. It's not a wrong answer, but his replacement's already in the building.
That's fair, Camden. Yeah, McMillan. That's fair. I mean, he just got drafted, but yeah, they have a little bit more flexibility with him. Oh, you going JMO for the Lions?
I am.
Okay.
I think
I respect this.
last year was kind of a breakout year for Jameson. And it's about him being able to replicate like his production. And also I think just with the loss of Ben Johnson, what the players actually do becomes like when JMO gets the ball, if he's as explosive as he was last year, and we're not like the Lions' entire offense was successful because of Ben Johnson. Like that's kind of what you want to walk away with if you're Detroit. Like we've got the talent, and it's about the talent on the field, not just the guy who was calling the plays for our offense. And we all know how important Ben Johnson was. But like, and what's interesting about Jameson Williams is Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's the most explosive player on their offense overall. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, reliable, your number one receiver. You got Sam Laporta. And my take is that Jameson Williams is like one of the most explosive players in the league, but he's like the third best option on any given play for the Lions. So he's got an incredible opportunity to just take advantage of mismatches. And I hope we're talking about him as like a 1,300-yard receiver who's got like 10 touchdowns. So we'll see.
He's super explosive, right? Because like he gets the ball in his hands, like it could be just like a bomb for a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
Or he can take off running. Yeah, because they exercise his 5th-year option. So while I agree with you in just like that consistency and being able to be a reliable target. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good pick.
I would also like throw in the medical staff, the training room to keep that defense healthy.
Yeah. I think this actually,
one?
you know who I'm actually really curious to see how Jared Goff is going to play. I don't think it's a boom or bust or anything, but I'm very curious, without Ben Johnson, what that offense looks like.
Yeah, no, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Goff.
Yeah.
It's going to be with the extra pressure, will it be easier or harder to beat Goff? Some people like the pressure. Makes it a little easier for them.
Cordell, yeah, we were talking about that with this on Reddit. I mean, again, it's just you hope that he's the answer, but I feel like if he's not, it's not the end of the world, right? Because it's a 1-year deal. It is what it is.
He's got to command attention, and I think provide opportunity for Diaby. This was easy for the Cowboys, and Bryce Young was like the first player I thought of. But in terms of the NFC, I think there is no bigger boom or bust player than George Pickens on a new team in Dallas, assuming a role that fills a big need for the Cowboys. I find him fascinating. He's going to be one of my favorite players to track through the course of this upcoming season.
He's just on the Cowboys and like his role on that team, like it's going to be nuts. I feel like I don't want to sensationalize and be like for clickbait. I feel like it's not boom or bust for him. So I'm not going to put him in this category, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of eyes on Dak Prescott this year and just like what he's going to be able to do within that offense. If they have a run game and they got a wide receiver too, then it's going to be like, all right, man, like you got what you wanted. You got a better offensive line, right? Like, let's see. That offense is going to be fascinating this year. And if they start humming along, like the Cowboys, I think are going to be a good team. There's just a few ifs in there.
It's with George too. He wanted to be traded. He got traded to a place he wanted to be, and he's just playing out his rookie deal, right? And a lot of times when these trades happen, there's like a promise of an extension, like those sorts of things. And he's cool just playing out this deal. So for him, if he plays really well with the Cowboys this year, he is going to be a very intriguing free agent. Whether the Cowboys are going to bring him back on a multi-year deal, or whether he goes and hits the free market. And like, if he looks like
shocked,
I compared him, I think, to like the role he's going to be in with Dallas is like the T. Higgins role, right? Like, he's going to be that important to their offense. So for him, like, he can set himself up to get paid, and he can be instrumental to the Cowboys' success.
What a super chat. What a super chat.
There you go, Wilkins. There you go.
Oh, what a time. What a time to be alive right now. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. All right. So you're on the couch. So Dotson.
This is either my best answer or my worst answer, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Talk about a guy who I think we kind of just forgot about last year.
See, I disagree with this one for the Eagles. Ken, give your point.
0 touchdowns for Philly last year.
Sure.
They traded for him. Now he looked good in a meaningless game when Tanner McKee came in.
We both had to have the game system. So
I think, like, in terms of if you're using the word boom or bust, like, this is a season where if he doesn't produce,
excellent,
he is busted and he gone. He will disappear. If he plays really well in an offense where targets are hard to come by, where he is sitting, AJ Brown's ahead of him, Devontae Smith, you got Goddard in there. They're a run first offense. Like, I don't know.
I feel
think
like
it's a very boom or bust type year for him.
My guy for the Eagles is Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith being drafted in the first round. Like, when he was drafted, there was kind of like, oh man, like this could go either way. Cause again, super duper athletic. But yeah, Nolan Smith, I feel like, is my pick for the Eagles. They're going to need him to just pick it up a bit. Just do better.
I think he showed last year he can produce.
Exactly.
But,
you want to see like that continued growth, especially while they did lose some folks on the D-line. Yeah.
No, I think that's a very solid answer.
It's a big year for him. So, yeah.
All right.
This year he goes off in the regular season. See, here's the thing, Jared. Like, it does not matter, right? Because, like, listen, you could have a very pedestrian regular season or have an amazing regular season. You don't win any playoff games. Like, you won the Super Bowl. So I get it just for like internet argument purposes. But man, like, I don't care if I have a top 5 quarterback if I'm winning Super Bowls. I don't care. I don't care what that ranking is. You go Debo? Oh boy.
I kind of gave 2 answers for the Commanders.
Yeah.
One is a little bit Brian Robinson, just because he's in that 4th year. I just want Brian Robinson to get more touches. But like, man, they made a swing with Debo, and I basically said he's like one of the most criticized players this offseason in terms of people like he's not good anymore.
Yeah.
The Commanders believe in him. Then he was jogging in a jogging walkthrough and just got roasted by Twitter for being slow and fat.
Yep.
It's like they're like practicing and they're like, look how fucking slow this fat motherfucker is.
They were
Why did we trade for him?
They were not.
George Kittle had to come on and be like, dude, they're doing walkthroughs. So I think there's a lot of pressure.
The thing about Debo too is like they got him for a 5th round pick, right? So like the capital wasn't a ton. The problem is like last year he was not good. Like he was bad. It was not great. So I feel like I have not even considered Debo. If he's good for the Commanders, cool. If not, I don't think it's going to move the needle a ton, and he just won't be on the team next year. But
no, I think they brought him in to be an incredibly important part of their offense.
I know, and I just don't anticipate it going well. That's just my own personal, like, I hope he does well. Like, I
think you're making my point. You don't think he's going to do well.
I don't.
I think they need him to be an important part of their offense to improve. So he is a key player there. Because if he doesn't do well, you're right. Like, who's
exactly, Jared?
Who's going to be making a play for Debo Samuel after that?
It's Yep, scary
If you
Terry.
don't play well with Jaden Daniels after Shanahan moves on from you.
Yeah.
So
Jackson Dart. I mean, yeah, it's just,
Giants, this was my rookie
He
exception.
did what?
This was my rookie exception. I put Abdul Carter.
Ooh. Yeah, it's not a boomer bust, obviously, because like it's his first year.
Not for Carter, but for Brian Dable, for Joe Shane, for the Giants to be like, we know how to draft. We've got this team going in the right direction. We took the best player where we were drafting. He's got to be good on defense, I think, right away to save their asses, because we know Jackson Dart's probably not going to start right away. Obviously, everything's going to hinge on Dart ultimately, but like,
Sure.
if Abdul Carter is, say, defensive rookie of the year, like that is a huge win for Dable and for Joe Shane, who are just coming off maybe one of the worst off seasons last year. That we have. And even it's funny, like even you could just argue Kayvon Thibodeau, who Abdul Carter's going to start ahead, is in like the same sort of situation, because he was a high first round pick, has not really panned out for the Giants. But yeah, there's probably a lot of players on the Giants you could argue.
Yeah, like I'm looking at their free agent pickups too. Like Javon Holland, I feel like needs to have, especially because they moved on from McKinney and they're like rebuilding that secondary a bit. I feel like that's going to make if he is better, we'll see. He's young and I think that he's going to do pretty well, but I think there's some high expectations.
Yeah. For the 49ers, I went with kicker Jake Moody.
You don't think it's Brock Purdy?
No.
I think he's CMC. We got to see if he's going to stay healthy.
You see CMC, he's getting old for a running back. They spent a third round pick on Jake Moody, and he had a much worse season last year than he did the year before. A lot of people will say Ayuk, but he's coming back from injury. I don't even know when he'll actually play, but you invest in a kicker and he hasn't really helped you out. What was his kicking percentage? It was like in the 70s last year.
They brought in other kickers.
Yeah, they brought in competition. He might not even be on the field week 1. But I thought Jake Moody.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Cardinals, Kyler Murray.
See, Kyler Murray's up there. No, that's not my pick. It's Marvin Harrison Jr. Dude, where they picked him, what he was supposed to do, and he just had a whatever season last year. Like he needs to have a big sophomore season.
Oh, Marvin. Hey, who's Marvin?
Hey, Marvin.
There we go. I think he had a underrated season.
For what
he scored 8 touchdowns. Who's throwing him the ball? If you're a receiver and your quarterback's playing average level football, like also this was a good find by Will. His rookie stat line almost identical to his father's, by the way. Marvin Harrison Sr., I think it was his 3rd year he broke out.
Yeah.
I mentioned Marvin Harrison, but I think like
agreed.
I have more confidence that Marvin Harrison is going to be a very good NFL player for the next 4 years than I do Kyler Murray right now.
Kyler Murray is just like, I feel like what you have with, like, we've seen so much of a sample size, and with how much he's getting paid, those expectations are very high. But like the Cardinals were in a position where like we have to pay Kyler Murray. Like, what are our choices here? So yeah, I agree with you. I just like if he has a similar season to where he did last year, I think he needs more support, right? If they're gonna get over the hump with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I think like Kyler Murray is just a boomer bust player week to week. Like he just is a boomer bust player.
Mm-hmm. If I do it this season, it'll be later. Just I gotta move. So.
Kyler, he fluctuates between Ferrari and bicycle.
It's fair, Denver.
Like Like when Kyler is on, he's one of the most fun quarterbacks to watch.
Sure. Super athletic, incredibly
And when
fast.
he's not on, he is just so boring. It's just like, oh, where the fuck was the guy from last week?
Sure.
But I don't know.
I don't disagree with you, Perna. Like,
Yeah.
my thoughts on Kyler Murray is like, okay, he's going to kind of be that same
Yeah.
player from like week to week. Can the Cardinals as an organization win with him? I think they can. They're just going to need support. Like that's all.
Rams, it was tricky for me. We went with Blake Corum going into year 2.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think this is a big year for him. I can get behind that.
God damn, I can't type.
It's okay. It happens.
Has lost a step.
Blake
Can he
Corum,
grow? Yeah, I mean, after an injury, Blake Corum.
Take sewing needle, get it red hot, and poke nail. That sounds so painful.
No, why would I do that?
No, that sounds so
not.
painful.
I'm not. I'm just gonna write it out.
Write it out. Ride the lightning.
Damn. There we go. Yeah. He only got 58 rushing attempts last year. So, you got Kyron Williams ahead of you. Hard to get opportunities, but I think he can be a very important part of their offense.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of expectations for Corum. Rams were tough. Like,
get instant relief, Perna. That's what 2 Shirt says.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt right now, but we'll see.
Devontae, like, I have high expectations for Devontae. I think he's going to be pretty damn good. Yeah, if he's not, then it's pretty much done. But
I think Devontae's just going into a perfect role. Like,
I think so too.
Puka Nacua is their number 1 receiver. Like, Puka's insane, but
Devontae's a great
Adam
option,
can be your
man.
1B, and then that situation, like, you like it. And then for the Seahawks, which was the last one, I did Sam Darnold with the side of Kenneth Walker.
Hey, Ashley, I appreciate you. Oh, yeah. In terms of just Sam Darnold makes sense, right? I think the way I look at Sam Darnold, if he's not good with the Seahawks, it's not the end of the world, because I thought that they would be like good this year, not great, maybe contending for that wild card spot. I don't think he's their long-term solution, unless he like balls out, right? In terms of health, I agree. Like, you just insert running back for the Seahawks that they need to stay healthy and consistent. Cooper Kupp is another guy that, dude, listening to him talk ball is so much fun. And I think he is a very smart wide receiver. I don't know, based off the season he had last year with the Rams, I don't know how much of an impact he's going to have with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And like, that is like, okay, this might just be like the twilight of his career. So
now Cooper Kupp's a good one.
Yeah, I'll be there. He did not smell like boiled hot dogs. They were raw.
Taylor?
They were raw.
It's boiled eggs. I smell like boiled eggs.
It's like he was leaving them like on the windshield on the inside of his car, like on the dash, and like that's how they were cooking. And so when you walk in, that was kind of it.
Yeah, like you can tie those together too, right? Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. Like Devontae, the Rams clearly thought he was an upgrade over Cooper Kupp. So he goes in to a better offense too than what we expect out of Seattle. Like he's going to work with probably the best offensive coach in the NFC for sure. You could debate McVay and Andy Reid in terms of how they call plays. I think Devontae's going to have just like a very nice season.
I think so too.
Rams.
I'm high on Devontae right now.
I think Cooper Kupp having a good season's more important to the Seahawks' success.
Sure.
So those will be interesting players to watch.
I agree. All right.
Sick.
Parna, you got AFC coming out today?
AFC, yep. Connor edited the AFC. Johnny did the NFC.
Nice.
Gonna post that as soon as I can.
There you go. Beautiful. I meant to get scripted out on Monday, then Dash got sick again and threw up, so I had to go out and get prescription food again. So it just did not work out. I probably won't be able to get it out today, but it will happen if the NFL offseason was scripted. There won't be anything today unless I have another meeting shortly, but there'll be stuff that comes out this week, I'm hoping, especially if news breaks. So things are happening, things and stuff. But folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back on Friday or we'll be back on Monday. We'll see how it goes. No,
yeah,
we'll
we
be
can
better
do
now.
AFC Friday or Monday. I will be gone next Friday. I'll be out next Friday.
Got
Just
it.
so you know.
Appreciate it. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
Manifestation.